May not look like it, but it is super windy here today. Half my town has no power, but I still have power. So pretty happy about that. I'm a little nervous of these trees today. Winds are hitting about 90 kilometers an hour. And I'm on an open field, so the wind's just whistling through here. Look at them, look at them. But anyway, we're gonna go work on some derby cars. So where I left this car the other day was frost plug in, but none of the parts back in. Kind of dark, but first step is we got to put passenger axle back in, and then we have to put the motor mount back in, and then lower the motor back down. And then while we're in there, we might as well pull the driver's side axle out because it's broken. It's completely broken. We can put a different driver's side axle in there, different tie rod. Then hopefully this thing will be ready for another demolition derby. Hopefully it did not get damaged too much without the frost plug, but I gave him the choice and he ran it with the no frost plug, and I don't really care. So we're gonna fix her up and get her ready to go again. The rear motor mount back in, we have the rear drive shaft back in, we have the bolt tightened down. All that's left now is axle on that side, well, to be reinstalled, axle on this side to be completely changed out, and tie rod on this side to be completely changed out. So now we're going to start on that. I'm going to start on the axle, turn the wheel all the way so I can get in at the tie rod, get all the seat belt out of the way, and go from there basically. So yeah, we're going to start doing this. We pulled what was left of the old tie rod off of here. Now, I don't know how many of you guys replace tie rods. Most of you guys would probably just cut it and then re-weld in a piece that's straight, but my rules say you can't do that. And I have the parts, but just took it from one of my spare steering racks. So what you gotta do is I have this really nice chisel. It's got like a 45 at the end of it. Screwdriver chisel thingy. I can put it in there and smack the tabs back. It's an 1 3/16 wrench to get that off there, but I find it is very, very tight in there, and you can't get a good leverage point or even a good spot to put the wrench on. So I always just put the, vice grips on. So when you put it back together, make sure you put that little tab back on there. It just fits in, it's got little grooves, just make sure that goes together nicely. And yeah, just thread this one back in. Now, you guys are going to kind of ask me, why did I take my axle apart right to the bottom end like that? And the answer is, this is a new body car, and I don't have a whole lot of new body axles right now. Old body axles are the exact same, except the balls inside of here, these balls are small or bigger on old body. So I took the innards out of there, which was broken anyway, used a brass hammer, and took them apart and switched them over to the ends I need in there, and then put it all back together. So it is all done correctly. It was just a little bit of an extra step, but it's there. I almost got this thing threaded in as well. The steering rack doesn't turn, which is nice. And the vice grips are over here. Now, if this was a car to go in the street, I'd take my time and make sure that all the boots are good. But it's not going back on the street, so I don't really care. Just doing the final little tightening with the vice grips. Just like that. Now we just have to smack over those tabs, and that's done. So that's pretty simple. Now, I would like to put aftermarket tie rods onto this, but realistically, I can't. My rules don't allow me. So I have to play within my rules. And a lot of you guys say that these rules suck, and rules change between promoters and area. Like, around me, things are pretty stock, but if you go 2 hours south of me, they're pretty pro. If you go 2 hours directly east of me, they're pretty pro. But the more northwest you go, it's pretty stock. So, yeah, all the changes, and different companies as well. But this car is mostly just a stock car, so I don't mind putting stock parts onto it. We got to take out the old ball out of the spindle. I'm going to check the spindle for cracking, because apparently that's been happening to me. And then all we got to do is put these spindle bolts back in and axle nut bolts back on, and Bob's your uncle, she's done. So maybe one quick more time lapse, and I'll be right back, guys. Working on this. It's been about a 5-hour job from start to finish on it, and hopefully this car is still good for another run. It's never a good thing to dry block a car. This thing's been dry blocked quite a bit, so I'm hoping it's okay. I'm hoping it's just a couple sensors that have popped off, but I do want to show you guys this. This is the tie rod ball that I've taken out. You see that big bend into her? That thing took a nasty hit. Somebody got a good shot on this thing. The guy that was driving it told me that it wasn't a good shot, that he was just kind of spinning around on the ice, but that's a good shot. That put all the stress right onto that tie rod. So we got the new frost plug in, we got the new axle, we got the new tie rod, inner and outer ball, tie rods. We got the whole back we've taken apart. We got the motor mounts all back in. Technically, it's good enough for another Derby now, I think. Where's it going to go? I'm not sure. The bumper on the front of this car does limit to where I can take it. So, we'll have to see what the rules are for 2020 and where it can pass. We might have to go somewhere and run full size because it's got a chrome bumper on it now, but we will see. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see where it can run. So thanks for watching. Car's fixed. No idea where it's going to go. And I'm waiting for Dan Hills to upload the video so I can watch this thing be smashed. See what it sounded like, to see maybe that was the only issue, or maybe there's other issues, I'm not sure, but I'll just have to wait for the videos to come up like the rest of us. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys.